All right, welcome back to another episode of Shots N Shanks. I'm your buddy Kyle,
I'm Eric.
and we're here for some shots and some shanks. So, well, as usual, we'll start off with our shot before we get into any topics. I don't really have a story behind my shot, but I do have a bit of a story behind the shot glass, I guess.
Okay.
So that's
Let's
kind
see
of
the
cool.
glass.
Yeah, so the glass is from Conservator Center. I don't know if that's showing up very well. It looks like the reflection is kind of bad. That's supposed to be the outline of like a lion, like a big cat. And there's a
Okay.
wolf inside of it, if you can see that.
No.
No? Okay, well, it's hard to tell, but that is the outline of a lion, and then a wolf is like that white part inside of it, or like the cleared out part. Anyway, it's a conservation spot that was out in North Carolina when I was stationed there. It's a big cat rescue reserve, and then they've also got a bunch of gray wolves and stuff. So it's really cool. Also, where I learned cheetahs are the last large cat that still purrs, and then every other large cat above that, they don't purr. They do stuff called like chuffing, I think they call it, but it's when the lions will go like like they make this weird like bellowing sound almost, and that's like their call to each other, I guess.
What does it sound like?
It's weird. It's like or like it almost sounds like they're doing it almost sounds like they're making ape noises, but they had
So
guys
lions
there.
are essentially gorillas now.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's weird. It's like it's like this weird growling thing, but they had guys there that could get them to do it. Like they'd make the sound,
Yeah,
and then
you
you
could
like,
probably. I mean, you probably go on YouTube and like just
yeah.
pull up a
Well,
lion
just like
doing
you
that
can
or
do
something.
like a deer call or something, you know.
You know what it probably is? It's probably them practicing for their King in the Jungle noises.
Right? Yeah, they're getting
Or
prepped
the
up. Look.
MGM, before the movie starts.
They're just loosening up the diaphragm. Like, I gotta warm it up. I gotta warm up the instrument. Probably, yeah. They're ready for my close up.
Dude, I saw a video the other day of a mountain lion that was purring. It was kind of cool.
Oh, dude,
Have you ever seen those the what they call it, danger boops or whatever? You ever seen the videos where the lady will like go up and like boop all the big cats and stuff?
Yes, she's got like a
Yeah.
panther and like all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, she was like scratching the chin of a mountain lion and it was purring and she was like, boop.
It's funny, man, because they are still just big cats, but they will ruin your life. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
pretty fast.
Like, dude, just think about how much mayhem a little 10-pound house cat can cause, and then you've got like a 120-pound solid muscle one. You know, like,
Yeah, I know. I've got a 20-pound
your little mountain lion back there. Yeah.
I've got a 20-pound Maine Coon back here, and he, just one tickle with the back foot, he can wreck you.
He's got some fresh Tyson baps, skibbity paps.
Yeah.
He's got catcher's mitts. That's why, man.
But
all right. Well, so what's in the glass though is just some Crown Royal Blackberry.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It was a staff pick at the spot near me, so I figured I'd try it. I was gonna get peach, but then I saw this. I'd never had it before. I like it. The only downfall, in my opinion, is if you get the wrong whiff of it, it kind of smells like grape Robitussin or something like that. So like, I'm like, oh, is it cough syrup or whiskey?
You're rubber tripping over there.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least it's not an old timey tincture that had like, cocaine and THC and alcohol, and like I'm pretty sure it also had like
battery
chloroform in
acid.
it. Yeah, they'd be like, "Sir, your blood is haunted. I'm gonna need you to go home and do cocaine about it."
Yeah, chew this gum that's got cocaine on it.
Yeah, exactly. Cocaine gum, like from Red Dead Redemption. Absolutely.
That's
all right,
crazy.
what are you sipping on today,
So
buddy?
I have wife just got this yesterday. It was like a 6-pack. We tried. There's only 2 flavors, like banana and peaches. So I have a 99 proof peaches.
So is it half peach and half alcohol?
And I saw, yeah, I think, it says 49.5%. So it could taste really good and then just be shit after that. But
I feel
so on Bob Does Sports, I saw they were doing this golf challenge where they were like spinning a wheel, and it was every golf hole that they were doing a scramble, and every golf hole that they played, it would spin on something that they had to drink for the hole.
Mm.
And they spun this 99 proof, and I think it was more of a half pinty looking shot.
Okay, yeah.
And Fat Perez ended up throwing up from it, so this could suck.
Dude, I feel like that was one of the alcohols, when I was probably not of an age to be drinking alcohol. It was like, I feel like it was the 99. It was like Cisco.
So you're familiar with this?
Hypnotic. Yeah, like I've heard of that stuff before. Hypnotic.
How long has it been around?
Four Loko. I think that's been around a long time. Like, I think that's kind of like a fruit version of like a McGillicuddy's or something,
It looks like it would be a schnapps, but probably like the one you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because McGillicuddy's, I think, is a schnapps. It's just a real low end one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's like a Mafruticuddy's, or whatever.
You remember when Hypnotic was super big?
Yeah, dude. I used to what was it? The Hulk was a drink. It was like Hypnotic and Hennessy mixed together.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm not big on Hennessy though. Cognac makes me want to yak.
You might as well drink tequila, huh?
Oh, do not. Hey, listen, I'm not the one. I'm still gonna laugh about that gin punishment you with the last time.
Dude. I still don't think I've talked to Scott since then.
You gotta tell him.
Yeah, I do. I need to bring that up. Be like, hey, look, you remember this time where this happened to you? Well,
we need to just clip the reel for him or something.
Man.
Oh, dude. All right. Well, I guess let's get these over with.
Yeah, I need that. Maybe Billy back here can clip that for us. All right.
Billy probably needs his nails clipped before anything else. All right.
Let's go.
Cheers, mate. We'll see how it goes for you. Stroke.
Oh, it tasted really sweet, and then it hits the nostrils. It's like
all the fumes coming out.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that reminds me of.
I think it's way too sweet though. It tastes like it was like corn syrup and alcohol.
Probably is. Like, honestly, if it even tells you.
Yeah, no, it don't. It's just.
I always thought,
according to the Surgeon General, that's all.
I always thought that was kind of weird. Isn't it strange that like alcohol, you almost never get the ingredients on it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Does that
have to be FDA approved?
I mean, you would think so. It's something you're putting in your body.
I mean, the FDA doesn't recommend it. So yeah, maybe it doesn't have to be.
But then they also tell you that, like Red Dye 5 or whatever.
I've got this here Busch Latte, and
I don't think it tells you.
I'm pretty sure the main ingredient would be water, but it doesn't have anything.
It's probably like water or corn.
I know it has to tell you an alcohol content somewhere, and it does on here. But cold and smooth. That's all it says.
Well, at least they're honest. All right, man. Well, hey, dude, this is a new year.
Yeah.
Which is
2025.
Yeah, the biggest struggle for me with the New Year thing is like, oh, now I have to remember to put 25 instead of 24 on everything I date. And it's always like a pain in the ass for the first month or two.
Oh, fuck, dude. I honestly, now that you bring that up, I'm pretty sure I just routed shit up to leadership that had 24 on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of fucking course.
Oh, it's 7 Jan 24.
Great. We're a whole year behind, folks.
I'm not even bullshitting on that. I'm pretty sure I did that.
Last week. I'm sure they're ready for it. You know what I mean? Like, whenever the year changes, I bet everybody's like double checking, triple checking dates because they're ready for that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure we can make a little you know, when you print PDFs and it's like has the valid signature on it, and then you reprint it, and you can. Pretty sure we can change that to 20.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I think it'll be all right.
I don't think anybody upstairs is looking for it. So
fair enough. Yeah. So did you do anything? I feel like you said it was pretty low key for you for New Year's, right? Just
it
kind
was
of hung out with
very. I think so. The previous year, I didn't even make it to midnight.
the
This year, it's crazy because my neighborhood is right at the foothills, and it's been pretty dry this season. But no matter what, there's always big fireworks. There's always all across the neighborhood. They're throwing up mortars and stuff. And me and the wife were just kind of watching a show. We had a bottle of prosecco that we were just brought out of the fridge, and we're waiting for midnight. So we had a glass of that as soon as midnight struck, and then all of a sudden, just like all over the neighborhood. And if anybody knows what's going on in California right now, you'd probably be like,
maybe not the best idea.
Why you do this kind
Yeah,
of thing?
like why?
I mean, you could drive down the highway next to the house and flick a cigarette butt out, and it would. And I say this because I've actually seen it happen. When we first moved here, we left to go to the store, which was down the highway a little bit. We got on the 80, saw what was like started a brush fire next to the highway, so you have to assume somebody probably flicked like a cigarette butt out or something, you know.
Yeah.
25 minutes later, we're driving back to the house, and the entire foothill was engulfed in flames, and there was 3 fire trucks trying to put it out. So when people like, you know, focus on wildfires that happen out here, there's anywhere from a dozen to 100 per day, and normally there's only, you know, just a couple of those make it to the media.
That's crazy. See, yeah, because like right before we started this, we were talking a little bit about some of the stuff. Excuse me, that's happening in LA. And when you were telling me there's like 6 different fires going on, I was like, "What the hell?" Like I thought it was one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the biggest one is just northeast of Ventura, or maybe coming down on Ventura right now. I don't know what its status is, but when you look at like the wildfire map, I mean, it's just a massive one.
Well, dude,
coming down on Ventura.
I mean, well, we're talking about it. If you still got that article pulled up, if you want to share screen, man, even just showing that visual of the Hollywood sign was wild.
Yeah, the letters fully engulfed.
Like that's so. That's like I was saying. That's like some apocalyptic shit, like something you'd expect to see in like a Dead Island video game or some sort of like I don't like a Fallout New Vegas or something.
I'm seeing something about Simon Cowell makes urgent LA wildfire plea. I don't know.
Jeez. Well, wait. If you can share the screen, man, so I can see it too.
Hang on, let me pull up the map though, and then I will.
Oh yeah, you've got a map with all the fire locations.
I'm trying to find one. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's one.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have some sort of live map.
Check this out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Like I said, I think
that's massive.
Ventura's gonna get hammered super hard because I feel like since the Santa Ana winds.
Oh man. The crazy thing too is like you see these little dots that are like in the middle area, and they're not big, but they're
that's what I'm saying. There can be anywhere from a dozen to 100, 200 wildfires in California.
Well, my thing is just
here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one.
Exactly, and I'm thinking like those are tiny, but also think about it, man. Like it's a small one right there, but that's also a small one that's now bridging the gap between the other big ones. You know what I mean?
But
like
in perspective, look at the county line. Like that is the size of a neighborhood. Just that one.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying compared to the others, it's small, but it's also like it's bridging the gap. So like it's that much easier for the fires to get connected when there's the middle ones happening too. You know?
Yeah.
That's just damn. That's crazy. That image though.
So
I'll
what?
see if I
What
can find
fueled
it.
this?
I'm gonna see if I can find it because that image of the Hollywood sign engulfed in flame was just wild.
Yeah. So what fueled this so bad is we had the Santa Ana winds.
Well, didn't they say that they may have found someone who might have started this?
I don't know about that.
But you're saying it's just the winds that are carrying this fire all over?
Well, that's how it got so bad. So the Santa Ana winds is a winter thing, and they were basically just fueling it with oxygen, um, blowing it out of proportion before it was controllable. And I think they just stopped 2-3 days ago.
Oh
So,
wow.
it says strong, extremely dry downslope winds usually happens during the winter. But yeah, that just fueled the fire so bad. Normally, we get kind of a rainy season here in California around this time of year, but they're saying that it's going to be a dry winter, so that's kind of tough.
Oh. The Hollywood things are fake apparently.
So the letters haven't been burnt up?
That's what I just read, yeah. It says the Hollywood sign was unaffected.
So
according to
Simon
the chair
Cowell
of the
can chill then?
Yeah, it says according to the chair of the Hollywood Sign Trust and Reuters witness. It says that there was the fire was nearby, but it wasn't in the line of fire and it wasn't close to it, I guess. So we got deceived.
That's crazy.
We were deceived.
Can't believe they've done this.
I can't believe they've done this either. But I mean, a lot of crazy things have been happening getting into the new year. I mean, what? There was that. I was a little worried, man, because I went out I went to Austin.
Mine was very chill. We made it to about midnight 20, and then we had the like I said, we set a bottle out of Prosecco. We had one glass of it, and then we were pretty much asleep by 12:20. What'd you do for New Year's?
I decided for a little change of scenery, so I went out to Austin.
Which is how
far? Like 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, not terrible. So I had a pretty good time. I just hung out there, tried some different food, met some random people. There was some live music. On New Year's night, I ended up getting adopted by this random group of people because I was just out there by myself, and somebody liked my mustache, so we just started talking about that, and then had a drink and just kept bullshitting, and they're like, "Oh, come meet my friends," and so I ended up following them around. Dude, we went to this one bar, and I think it was called Jackalope. I think was what it was called.
Like OBE, Jackalope?
No, like jackalope, like an antelope, jackalope, like the weird. Yeah. I don't know what a jackalope is, but I know I've heard that term before.
It's a jackalope. What do you mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, what? Duh.
Never heard of one.
Fucking.
Never saw one. They're outside every day.
Idiot. Yeah. So anyway, we went at this place, dude. There was this guy that he looked like I don't know. He was like I called him the Dollar General Pitbull, and yeah, I was like, he looks like the Family Dollar.
To be honest.
Huh?
That sounds pretty rude, to be honest.
Yeah,
that sounds super rude.
Well, because this is the funny part. So he's wiling out in his girl starts getting crazy and is mouthing off to this other girl, and they're yelling at each other, and the other girl's just laughing at his girlfriend and just walking away. But his girlfriend does not like this at all. So she's just grabbing drinks off the counter, off the bar table, the bar, sorry, and she's throwing the drinks at her and threw a glass at her. And this woman was pretty calm and collected, and she was also twice the size of her. I don't think this little girl really wanted what she thought she wanted. But anyway,
she wanted her Dollar General Pitbull to defend her when she was up.
she was like Mr. Around the Neighborhood, sick him instead of Mr. Worldwide or whatever.
She's I'm gonna upset her so bad that both of our boyfriends are gonna have to fight.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It was so dumb.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Okay.
the bar so one of the bar guys, like one of the bar backs, starts trying to like break things up or whatever, and the boyfriend's like, I don't know. I didn't hear him say it specifically, but the way the barback was responding was like, "Oh, this guy's threatening to like pull a gun on him because he's like, I'm right here, homie." He's like, pull it, go ahead, pull it." He's like, "I've been here since fucking 2 o'clock today. It's 3 a.m. I'm not in the fucking mood." Like he's just like going off. And long and short of it, there's a whole bunch of scuffling, and I'm trying to like just stay behind dude who's threatening to pull something because I'm like, at least then I'm
How
not
big is
like
this
in
bar?
the line, and I can maybe like get on his back if I have to.
So how big is this bar?
Oh,
This
it's a good
establishment?
sized bar.
So you could have
Like
gone
it's a
way on
pretty
the other
big
side,
bar. So there's
but
all
you
this
wanted a
commotion,
view,
and there's
right?
like a ton of people trying to leave. How big? What?
I said, so you could have gone completely on the other side and probably not even been able to see what's going on, but you wanted a view, didn't you?
No, they walked right by in front of us.
Oh,
Like
okay.
so it was like there's all this section on this side of the bar, and then the other side of the bar is like much more open. That's where like the dance floor is.
Is it like a
So we were in
middle
like this
bar?
narrow part. No, it's like the bar. So imagine like a big bar in the center, and you can get around all four sides of it. But if you're looking at it from the main entrance, the left side of it kind of gets narrow. Like you go up to it, and then you turn, and it kind of gets narrow as it goes around it, and then it widens out a little bit more. But it's really just enough space for like a table and like a couple people to walk between the bar and those tables. And then the other side is more open, and that's where like the dance floor and stuff is. So
Okay.
they were coming by us, and we were
Is
just
there a
standing there
second
talking.
floor?
No, this was just
Oh,
not that
dude, it reminds me of
not that
like
we used them.
kind of oddly enough, it reminds me of like Europe. Like some of the clubs in Europe like would have like that not center bar, but like what you were describing, and then it would have like a staircase next to it, and you just go upstairs and be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
whole
I
nother
mean, there
bar
are
there.
bars like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, no, there are bars like that out here, but or out there, but this one, no. It was so basically we were just stuck. We were where we were at because they were crossing right in front of us, and so we were basically at the corner. So we're like standing here talking, and then they come in front of us right here, and then the commotion happens right here, and we have to like try to go slightly around them, and then like so they were just right in front of us. Like there was no way to
Yeah.
get away from them, and even still trying to go the other way, the bar
I can
the
picture
bar
you
staff
trying to
was like
get by him.
pushing
You're
everyone.
like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the bar staff is also trying to get everybody out, so we couldn't even like try to go the other way to go around and come out the other side because they're coming through. Like everybody leave. Anyway, long and short of it, we come out like we get away from them. We end up talking to one of the bartenders. We're like, "Look, we're just trying not to be involved in this bullshit and wait for it to pass." She's like, "Okay, yeah, like you guys are good. Like just stand here with us. It's fine." We come walking out after it. I'm just watching
that's
the cop.
respectable.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, I mean, we just explained, like, we're just trying not to get caught up in some crossfire bullshit. And she was like, cool. Like, you're not causing
Yeah.
problems. You're good.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get outside, and I get outside just to watch the cops take the Pitbull looking guy down to the ground. And I was like, oh no, they're taking down Dollar General Pitbull. And some fucking lady just immediately turns to me and she's like, not the Dollar General. And she just starts cracking up. And I'm like, so when you said that sounds very
So if you're the
insulting,
Dollar General version, what would the Dollar General version be to lean back?
the Dollar General version of Fat Joe. Oh man. He just would have. I mean, he was close. I was calling him like Pitbull Dollar General because he's like was like dumpy. If he had like another like 20, 30 pounds, he might be edging on Fat Joe. Honestly.
All right, so what
But
was
yeah, that
Pitbull's
was
hit?
Pitbull.
I completely confuse him with Fat Joe. What
Uh
was Pitbull's big hit?
oh, he had like
I can't even think because I definitely didn't listen to this dude.
Meet me at the hotel.
Yeah, rings a bell.
I don't remember his songs. Hold on. Dude, what else does he do? I just remember he would always say like Mr. Worldwide, and then he'd be like, "Dale," meaning like "let's go." And I remember it was super funny because there was a text message thread where it was like, "My friend's such an idiot," because they were like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket to a Pitbull concert. You want to come with me?" And their friend responded and was saying yes, but they were like, "Dale." And then they responded back and were like, "Who the fuck's Dale?"
Wasn't he in that video game? Where you go around, you do objectives, you kill somebody and then clean it up, or you don't have to clean it up.
Oh, dude, he's not just any bald guy. You can't just talk about Hitman and say it's him.
I didn't even have to, dude. At least I know that much. I didn't even have to look him up to know that he looks like Hitman.
Oh my god, just any bald guy is a fucking Pitbull.
I wouldn't say any bald guy, because there's some bald guys that don't look like Hitman.
That's fair. Yeah. All right. Any white bald guy, I guess.
I wouldn't say that either. There's some white bald guys that don't look like Hitman.
I wouldn't say that either.
I wouldn't say that either.
I was trying to see, dude. He's got a bunch of awards and shit. Holy crap, Pitbull.
For what?
Oh, dude, he did that song. Give me everything tonight.
Really?
Yeah, that's him.
We might not see tomorrow.
Let's do it tonight. Wham, 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 wham. Yeah, that one. Oh, he also does "I Like It."
I can't believe Fat Joe did that song. I didn't even realize.
Fat Joe did that song. He also does that song. Oh, I didn't realize he did that. He does that song, "I Like It" with Enrique Iglesias. That's like, "Baby, I like it the way you move on the floor. Baby, I like it." I can't. Fucking Enrique.
They probably could have left that one out. No, I don't think that was necessary. That song.
Yeah. Oh, another funny thing though that happened. I went to a ladies' night, all female comedy show.
So you were talking about New Year's actual night. Now what day is this?
Oh, this was just this was New Year's Day. So this was the next night. I ended up, so I drove home on the 2nd instead, because I decided I wanted to not be like hungover driving back or whatever if I stayed out late. And then I was just bored, and I was like, all right, I'll go see what's happening, get some food. And there was a comedy show for like $10. I was like, fuck it, why not? See what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty interesting. But I realized that I have the problem of I don't know if I don't know. So here's the thing: it's hard to tell if it's actually funny, or if I just think it's funny, or if it could actually be funny, but it's just not. Well, what I'm saying is, like, I think of extra things for jokes, and I was like talking to the comedians about it. But it's like, it's hard for me to tell if it's being well received, if I'm like either delivering it wrong, or if they just don't think it's funny, or if it's like it could be funny, but they're just like, who the fuck are you to tell me anything about jokes? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I only say that because, like, all right, you tell me what you think of this. So there was a girl that was on stage. She's Mexican, so she was using that as like part of her like joke stuff, and she was talking about like stealing some butter or something from like Walmart or whatever. And she's like, so I did that, and I'm sitting in my car, and she's like, I'm nervous as fuck. Like, I don't normally do that. She's like, I honestly didn't even like mean to, but I was like, all right, whatever. Like, it's happened. I'm just going to leave it. And she's like, so the security guard comes up, and he comes over and he knocks on the window, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh no. I'm about to, she's like, I'm about to get busted for this shit. I'm being marginalized over margarine right now. And she's like, which made me laugh. And she's like, I roll the window down, and I'm like, yes, sir. And he's like, yeah, ma'am, I just, I'm sorry to bother you, but I saw you walk into your car, and I was just wondering if, do you have a boyfriend? And she's like, this man just gave me a panic attack, thinking I'm about to get busted, and all he wants to do is get my number or whatever. Like, he's just hitting on me. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, sorry. Like, I have a boyfriend, but thank you, I'm sorry. And he's like, all right.
All right, here's your ticket.
Wait. No. He goes, all right. I'm gonna need that butter back. Like, and so she's like, damn it. And so I went up to her afterwards, and I was like, that joke's actually like really fucking funny. And I was like, if you want to make it even funnier, I was like, you should tell them that you were stealing country crock, because then it's going to be really margarine that you're getting marginalized over. I was like, and then also you could play the joke of like, I was about to get marginalized over margarine, but this motherfucker over here, I'm thinking I'm about to get busted for my country crock, and he's just trying to offer me some country cock, and I'm not interested.
Was she receptive to it?
She kind of was, but she was also like, because I guess I was like talking too loud while someone else was on stage.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
so I don't
funny.
know. We'll see. We'll see if I ever see her routine again somewhere. If I recognize her, we'll see if she threw that in there.
That's kind of funny.
It was great, dude. I had another one. Like the lady was talking about how she said the difference between being a comedian and an actor is that you suck just as much dick, but actors make more money. And she's like, why do you think actors have all those tight jawlines? She's like, Timothy Chalamet, it's not just the women. She's like, you think his jaw is all cut like that? She's like, no, that's from sucking a bunch of dicks all the time. She's like, that's how they get all the awards too. And I was like, so should they rename the Oscars the Cockskers? And she was like,
That's dark, dude. Isn't that dude like 20?
He might be. He's probably in his 20s, yeah.
So his start would have been underage. That's dark.
Potentially, but I mean, look at all the Nickelodeon kids.
I don't want to look at him.
No, well, I mean, yeah, you don't want to know. It's a dark industry, my guy. But anyway, yeah, that was a fun one. And then another one, some chick was like talking about her company having only one guy in it, and she's like, if another guy showed up, I feel like they'd have to like fight to the death. Like it's either Gary or John gets to stay. Like they both can't be here. She's like, if I ever turned on the Zoom and there was more than just Gary there, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't supposed to happen. And I was like, what are they going to sit there and be like, this Zoom call ain't big enough for the two of us? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what they'd fucking say out here in Texas.
Oh my God. What about those? Have you watched those videos with like Zoom bombers?
Oh, dude, I love those things.
That shit cracks me up so much. Especially like there's a couple I don't know anybody's channel names or names period, but like there's a couple that attack like specific groups, and it'll be like racist Karens or like some KKK group or like racist this or just people that are like outlandish and ridiculous, and like they'll drop in and be like just the shit. Yeah, the shit they do is fucking so funny. It'd be like, I don't even think I want to bring this up because we can't even say it, but like, that guy, he kind of, there's one guy that joins a group that I'm thinking of calls, and he's a black guy, and he names himself like, Nick, Nick, and then her.
Oh, like GER?
No, like her.
Oh, HER, yeah. Oh,
yes.
He does that. He tells people that's his pronouns. He's like, he's like, my pronouns, I like to go by her. I like to go by Nick and her. What do you like to go by? And then he's like, all right, can you say my pronouns for me? And they'll be like, they'll say Nick, and then they'll say her, but like really fast together.
Yeah,
and then he pulls out a camera and just takes a picture.
He's such a troll, dude. That shit's so funny, dude. But here's what I like about it: the people that go after or engage with, like, they deserve the shit out of it. Like they're so. Dude. If they're not already racist, they are just going on about like some wild bullshit.
Dude, I saw one that got. Oh my God, this one had me laughing, but I was like, oh no. Because it was like some.
If you said, oh no, it had to have been bad.
Dude, it was like some 15, 16-year-old kid that was on like, I don't know, something similar like Omegle, like Sezzle or like whatever those fucking random like chat roulette or something. And he gets matched up with a dude and he just starts saying all this crazy shit like, oh, you a monkey, you this, you that, or whatever. And he's like, oh. And he just starts rallying. He's like, oh, are you? And they bleep it out. He's like, blah, 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 at such and such address. He's like, yeah, you're such and such years old. Like, you go to this school or whatever. And the kid's just like staring at the screen like, what the fuck? And dude, and like, as he's doing it, he's like, interesting. And he's like peeling and eating a banana. He's like, He's like, it's pretty good. You want some? he's like, funny little monkey got all your information, huh? And the dude's like, come on, man. I'm just like 60. He's like, oh, no. He's like, don't try and act all innocent now that you got exposed, boy. He's just like, fucking, I'm like, oh no, this fucking
That's
idiot.
rough, dude. That's tough. That's why I like all these content creators go on these Zooms and chat. Is chat roulette still around?
I don't know if it's still around.
Zooms and chat roulette and Omegle and all this stuff, and like they are like VPN'd up, like
Oh yeah, but my thing is like, as much as I'm like, damn, he's young, he's a fucking idiot. It's like, you know what? Learn that lesson young, right? Learn it now, I guess. Before you're like 30 something and you keep saying dumbass shit. It just
depends on, because you were saying like somewhere around 15, 16, right?
That's what I think, yeah. Which that's such like,
maybe a hot take, trying to be a troll and trying to be... maybe a hot take, but I just don't think it should be allowed. Period.
Like for them
like
to be
anybody
on there?
That's not 18 plus. You're subject to so much like stuff.
Oh, agreed. I mean, dude,
I remember being stationed in Korea, and like this was like 2011, and like going on chat roulette and like all the stuff you were subject to is insane.
You literally have to wade through a sea of dicks before you find a person.
Yeah.
Like that's not an exaggeration.
Dude, the craziest one I ever came across was I'm pretty sure this dude was Russian. Because
like the speed at which he was beating his meat?
No. yeah, he was pretty fast. No.
He was obviously in a rush.
No, it was the questions that my friend had afterward, because he was like, whoa, wait, jump down and like let's discuss this real quick. So let's provide the picture. We got into the chat. This dude was standing on a kitchen counter with his bag hanging in front of the camera. So like let's look at this. So laptop is sitting on his So laptop is sitting on his counter like this, right? This is the front of the screen. He was standing straddled, bag hanging here. So you were just looking at the back of the bag. Yeah, so there was like 4 of us. We're in a dorm, like in the common area. There was a couple of us that were like, "Oh hell no," and like walked away. And this dude was like, "No, I've got questions for you." So he got down and like talked to him for like 5 minutes. Good thing wait. Good thing I don't even remember his name, because he wasn't ammo. He was something 2 alpha, but good thing I don't remember his name, because that guy proceeded to do the same thing 3 calls later. So if you can imagine a kitchen area with laptop and bag hanging in front of camera, that was 3 calls after that. He provided him with the ammunition he was going to use 3 calls later.
Oh my god, dude.
And I know, because I went in my room to take a piss and walk back out, and he is straddling laptop, bag hanging in my own damn kitchen.
Bro, I'm fucking dead. The funniest thing to me is just remembering people gargoyling in BASIC, and you basically got digitally gargoyled by some guy across the world.
Dude, it reminds me of like, you remember that like there's gonna be like a lunar eclipse today, and it's just like hairy bag, and then like it blocks the moon out or whatever. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
That was basically what we got on chat roulette.
it's like hairy back, or just like big old hairy ass crack like covering the toilet seat. Like
No,
just
this dude played it out perfectly. All you saw, because he was waiting for a specific answer, or like when it cycled through to people, somebody that was paying attention. And there's 4 of us paying attention. So all you saw was a white room of sorts. Like you
and
saw
then
like
did it just slowly descend?
the bag just came No, he planned every bit of it. He planned every bit of it. And he was like, "Oh wait, I'm looking. It's not some AI thing, or it's not some dude like jinking his stuff. Like, okay, there's 4 dudes that are waiting for like to see what's going on here, and then bag just drips out."
Dude, it's like he should have had this playing. Let's see if I can get this to play.
What is this? It must be a dramatic beaver, bro. Oh, dude, I can't even like I can't even imitate the dramatic beaver.
Bum 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 bum.
No.
Bro, I'm like breaking a sweat. I'm laughing so fucking.
It reminds me of last weekend where you were talking about the spiciness of your shot. It's speed bag the back of your throat.
Oh my god, dude, that is all right. That might be the greatest fucking chat roulette experience.
I didn't even think it was that funny of a story, but now that I discussed it, it's wild.
Well, it's also like the fact that it descended.
Like, who gets on their fucking counter with a laptop to drop their bag above the fucking camera? And 13 years ago.
That was just the start too. Next thing you know, he was just hanging by one hand from like 400-foot buildings.
This dude that did it, like, I'm pretty sure, like, got internet access like 6 months beforehand too. It's like, I know what I'm doing with this.
I'm sick
I
of
just got my bag hang in front of the camera.
It's like, I am sick of every time I use dial-up mom sends fax when balls are descending. I get high speed now.
That guy knew what he was doing, man. He got internet access and he was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I got it. Got it.
He's like, fuck your capitalism.
Or it was he got internet and then a month later start using chat roulette. And then it happened to him.
Oh, maybe.
And then he was like, wow. I didn't expect that. I've never seen that before. I'm gonna do it.
We gotta find the origins of the chat roulette ball bagging. Who started this?
What if you had to guess, like, what year was the first time somebody dropped a bag in front of the camera?
Oh, jeez.
And that,
honestly,
like, particular, like that, you know, like,
I wouldn't be so
particular to it.
If it's dickheads like you and me inventing the technology, it might have been in the fucking test phase. Like, just, hey Larry, tell me if the image comes through.
The invention of the webcam. Hey Larold, hey, I'm gonna send a feed through. They're using a big ass computer or something, you know. I'm gonna send a feed through the one monitor that you have. Let me know if this comes through. His bag's just hanging in front of the camera.
Exactly. But, no, it's a little. Hey Ron, it's a little grainy, Ron. Can you adjust the settings a little? Oh yeah, sure. He just turns it like straight into his ass crack. He's like, can you see it now? It was just looking at the wall.
Dude, I can only imagine the only thing that like brought that about is like somebody like copying their ass crack on the copy machine, you know? Like,
yeah, that's where it started, I guess, right? Or like, dude, who do you think the first person with like an old dude, who do you think the first person, like old school camera, when you had to stand there for like 30 seconds to a minute to get the photo done, who do you think sent like the first dick pic? They're just standing there like,
it was 100% like, dude, it had to have been 100% like painted or something first because.
Oh, right.
You imagine,
like you get some artist
people way back
your
in the day
and send it to your girl.
Would just stand there and pose for so long that they had like a little tiny thing, you know, like hanging. You see all those paintings, right? It's like somebody's like the most flaccid they've ever been in their life.
How weird must that have been though? Like you go to a portrait artist and you're like, I would like you to draw my erect penis so I might send it to my love Penelope across the plains. That was sexting back in the day.
Gets it 4 months later and is like, yeah, didn't do it for me.
She's like, I'm not even in the mood anymore. That was so 4 months ago.
I can smell it through the painting. It's not doing it.
The artist spared no details. I can see that you haven't bathed in a week.
How much attention was there on private bits back then when all of them smelled because they basically showered or bathed once every other week?
That's true. I feel like honestly,
I don't think anybody wanted anything to do with private bits back then. It's like,
that's really true.
We got to recreate and man.
It's like, oh yeah, that is a fair point. Well, there was a whole time.
Isn't it kind of a thought?
Yeah, well, especially like medieval times, because medieval times, they didn't recognize that stagnant water or like stale water was the problem, and they just thought all water was potentially bad. So that's why everybody drank mostly wine, mead, and beer, and almost nobody. It was like if you bathed more than once a year, people were like
weird.
Thought you might be into like witchcraft or some shit. Yeah, you were like a weird person because they thought water like harbored disease and famine and whatever else, you know.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. I thought the Salem witch trials were really cool. Like, a couple weeks ago, I was watching a video of like a historian talking about it, and it was super.
Did they mention the ergot?
No, not at all.
Oh, all right. Don't let me forget that because it's about that.
Yeah. So my story is just that, like, you thought a bunch of people got burned at the stake, basically, and they were like, that never happened at all. It was like some of the deaths were due to like trials, you know. The test they did with like the floating bodies and the hanging and stuff like that, and they were like,
oh, just like from Monty Python.
Basically, nobody got burned ever.
Oh, interesting.
There's so many like you'd have to check it out yourself, but there's so many just
exaggerations.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff that's like in the shows and the movies, and then they're like,
well, it's historical embellishment.
It wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, but do they say that like Hollywood and like creative license made that come about, or are they saying that like historical embellishment is what happened? Like people wrote that, but then when they like studied it further, they're like, nah, only a couple people said that.
I think Hollywood was like the biggest contributor. I don't think they talked about too much about like reading because a lot of the books are way different than.
Okay, so that so the historical depiction is different. I think
the historians are getting a lot, obviously from the
right
the author.
Well, because I know there are some stories out there where it's like there's a ton of writing that says this, and then there's a few things that say that, and maybe then another handful of things that say a couple different stuff, and it's like they have to look at all of it as one big thing and be like, all right, well, like what seems the most reputable going by these people's reputation and these people's other things they've documented, and like they have to like sift through and see what's legit or not. So I didn't know if it was that or if it was just like, no, the books have been all saying the same shit and Hollywood's just been doing their own thing and making people confused.
Wild, actually. It was interviews with grandpaps from Salem.
Oh yeah, so that makes.
I'm
Oh
kidding.
wow,
That's way too long ago.
Well, so the reason why I wanted to mention
1870s, you know.
when was your last desk pop? 1846. Fucking. So the ergot.
Okay.
Tell me if you've ever heard this before. So ergot is a naturally occurring. I guess it's a fungus, or it's something that'll grow on like wheat and whatnot. It happens when like a frost comes. I guess there's like certain conditions or whatever. So I guess it's a fungus, or a mold,
So it's
whatever.
not like when you eat Wingstop.
No,
Okay.
it's not. So when when that stuff forms, though, so LSD or acid, the psychedelic, is made from or extracted from ergot. Ergot also causes hallucinations, but apparently they're like hellish. Like they're like aggressive, not pleasant, like I don't want to say like violent, but like, just hellish, if you will, nightmarish or something, So they're supposed to be very intense. So what they actually think might have happened with the Salem witch trials is, and they look through uh the historical like climate data and whatnot, and it maps up that it would be perfect conditions for a really bad like ergot infestation to have happened because of like the frost and the warming and all that stuff around that time. So they actually think that it was ergot poisoning that caused those Salem witch trials, that basically a bunch of people were eating tainted wheat, tainted bread, tainted other things that had this ergot on it, and it was basically like mass hysteria. Like a bunch of people were like tripping out thinking that they were crazy witches and like people to be chased after and whatnot. It's pretty wild. Well, the other thing too is the witchcraft stuff.
I
Like,
don't know if
how
I
they
can
often
even begin to try and like agree or digest that.
well, yeah, that's just well, they've done other similar things where like uh
Wouldn't you
what
think
is
the
it
people
called?
being tried would be like off their ass too? But in reality, they're like, no, I have kids. I'm not at all. And then they're drowning them. You know,
Well,
like
that's the thing.
everybody be off their ass. You know.
Well, yeah, and that's what I don't know. And also it depends, like, if a dozen people that are off their ass have the same idea and are in positions of power, then whatever they say is going to happen versus the other dozen people that don't have power and say the opposite,
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that
I mean,
dynamic.
there was a whole there's court like proceedings for all of these too.
Yeah, no, it's all wild. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm just saying they threw that out
And
there.
like
But
whoever was hammer and gavel wearing a wig was like nah, fuck them.
nah. Yeah, well, dude, I mean, uh the Greeks,
She
I
brought
think it's
nothing to the potluck last weekend.
drown her. She took leftovers and she brought nothing. Drown her. Yeah, but well, there's been wild stuff in the past too, where like I think it's called like the Eleusinian Mysteries or something, but it's basically the Greeks had gotten together and they found pots of wine or wine chalices or whatever that actually had ergot residue in it. So they were like, "Oh, these people were just sipping psychedelic wine and just inventing democracy and shit." It's pretty crazy, man. It is pretty wild.
What about
And just
another like this might be somewhat
wait, I wanted to
sidetracked.
touch on one last thing with the witches
Okay.
thing before I get off it. The one other last thing I learned. So the whole association of like brooms and cats and stuff, it's literally just because they were basically like,
Because they didn't have
they didn't
vacuums
follow.
yet.
Well, yeah, and they didn't follow the church's teachings and stuff, and they recognized the importance of a clean home, and that kept sickness away, and they were more into like holistic healing and whatnot, more like nature-driven paganist, if you will, and so they recognize, so brooms to keep the house clean, and then cats would keep like rodents and small vermin away and whatnot, and then that's like how it became associated with women like that, I guess.
So that's actually one of the Q&As that I remember from the historian talking about it.
Oh yeah.
They're like, why are witches always projected on a broomstick? Because it was very don't even know how to explain this, but it was very sexualized. And the whole broomstick thing was trying to project or portray women as being like, oh, they're at home using, things downstairs kind of stuff. That's where it started.
Oh, like brooms or dildos.
Yeah, basically. That's
Oh,
where that became. Like that's where that came from. It was very sexualized at the time. If
so it's
you were
kind
a
of more
witch,
supposed to be.
if you were a witch, you were at home by yourself with no man kind of thing.
So it was kind of almost supposed to be more like how we would call someone like a pole rider now or something like.
Yeah, I guess.
I get like that was their way of saying it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're just at home riding broom poles and shit. Like,
Yeah, they were just really
Interesting.
creative, and they had to come up with like the biggest phallic object they could find. Oh, she's such a witch. She uses a whole broom.
The whole. she got that. She got that witchcraft womb. Needs a whole broom.
Yeah. So the projection came from that they would pleasure themselves at home with no man or lover.
Interesting.
So that was essentially portrayed as, I guess, wrong or bad because like you weren't with a man or a family or even starting a family or weren't in love or anything. If you pleasured yourself, at home by yourself, you were wrong.
Right. It was like blasphemy in a way or something.
And that's where the whole broomstick thing came from.
And then somehow that turned into them flying. Okay, interesting.
Yep. Yeah, because they did fly. You didn't see them?
Oh, right, yeah. Duh.
Yeah. Same thing as they floated if they weren't witches, right?
Right. That always makes me think of
I hate that so much. Let's kill them, and if one thing happens or the other, we were right or wrong.
But it's already done. And then...
I hate it, dude. I hate thinking about it so much. Like, let's kill them. If they floated or sank, fuck them.
Dude, it just makes me think of Monty Python where like, and what else floats? And he's like, very small rocks. And he's like, no. She turned me into a newt. A newt? Well, I got better.
Yeah.
Like, so stupid. I love it. Wait, all right, so what was the other thing you were gonna... I feel like you were gonna mention something else.
You gotta give me a route here.
I don't know. You were gonna mention something else, and then I sidetracked you with the cats and the broomsticks.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But there was something else you wanted to talk about.
Nope, I don't even know.
I thought. All right, that's fine. I mean, well, I guess you can kind of bring me up to speed a little bit if you want to, because I'm not really tracking, but I know a lot of people are probably getting excited for like the Super Bowl's coming up soon, right? It's always in February, isn't it? No, you're not excited about it.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, he's I can see your pillow. A Steelers fan. But who actually is in it though now? Like who's actually in the runnings?
Off the top of my head, I know the Texans, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens.
I do have this thing called Google as well.
Yeah, you should use that because let's be honest. I'm not gonna watch until like semifinal Super Bowl, basically.
All right, updated matchups.
Yeah, we went out last night so my brother-in-law was in town. He is the first sergeant for a flying squadron over in J-Bear, Alaska.
Nice.
And so he ended up landing both Tuesday and yesterday because they had missions. But so yesterday I drove to go pick him up after he landed, and we hung out for a bit. We took him, the wife, kids out, and went to eat at this place. I think it's called the University of Beer.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like so we tried to go to BJ's first. I don't know if you ever been to a BJ's. It's kind of
it's a brew house kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
like a brew house. Burger, wings, whatever kind of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
you want. It's the same kind of thing. It was right next door. We tried to go to BJ's, and it was like about 45-minute wait.
No,
I think everybody was trying to eat yesterday. But anyway, so we went to this place called University of Beer. got a seat right away, and I think it was just the number of the party because there was like other people waiting for like 2 and 3 seats, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just kind of got lucky. So we're sitting down, we watched the game. Dude, they had the tables. So you're sitting like bench style, like booth, and they had little mini TVs that were overhanging the table.
Oh, what?
And so I got to watch the Steelers lose right in front of my face. And so, in case anybody doesn't know, my brother-in-law is a huge Ravens fan. We always go back and forth. You know, every year the Ravens and Steelers go pretty back and forth. You know, they come to Acrisure Stadium, they lose. They might win 1 out of 2. We go to their home turf, we might win 1 out of 2. It's just back and forth. And typically, you know, it doesn't hurt so bad. Yesterday hurt pretty bad. Especially, actually, you know what? Who sent this?
Well,
one of our friends.
I was busting balls to people
just
out
sent
there
this morning.
I was saying, I was like, too bad you couldn't have a Brady come back from like the 28-3.
So, I mean, we don't need to get into details. Like, I honestly couldn't tell you how I feel about what's going on. You know, as far as QB and RB and
did I see Russell Wilson out there?
Yeah.
Is that your quarterback right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't follow football, so
here's the thing. He's probably going to be the QB next year too.
It was just on, and I was like, "Is that who I think it is?"
Like, here's one of the biggest issues. It's Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Justin Fields is, in case you didn't know, I think he played for Chicago a little bit. He is a very athletic running type of QB. He can get out of a lot of situations. He can avoid sacks. He can run for first down. Doesn't throw nearly as well as Russell Wilson does. He can't throw them moon balls like Russell does and dot it up, you know. Russell can.
Right.
He can't throw 5 feet in front of him, but he can throw a dot, 40 yards down the field. So Justin Fields wasn't exercise. He's a free agent, so he wasn't exercised for next year. One of our biggest running backs that we had for 2-3 years now was Najee Harris. His 5-year option wasn't exercised, so we're going into next year not even knowing, like, obviously maybe Mike Tomlin knows, but I have no idea like what we're gonna have next year. But anyway, this was sent to me this morning.
You're like, the audacity.
Yeah. Dude, I woke up bright and early to that, motherfucker. Yeah, that's our friend. That's our friend in Germany. So he sent that.
Oh no!
Well before I got up at like 6:30, rolled over and watched that, and I was like, "Motherfucker, dude!"
You're over there like, why don't you just for men your eyebrows, you son of a bitch?
Steelers suck. That guy's teaching this kid good things.
That's so funny.
Probably had to rehearse it 15 minutes before they went on there.
All right, so I'm looking right now.
Yeah, let me get at you, Ravens fans.
The last folks in here.
Those kids had to say 2 words and they had to rehearse it for an hour before.
Steelers.
I'm not that salty.
Steelers suck. Doyle rules.
Yeah. Throws a bag of shit out the window.
All right, let's see. So we've got. So obviously the Texans and the Ravens are moving on, and then we've got Broncos at Bills. Oh, these are happening today. Broncos at Bills, Packers at Eagles, and Commanders at Buccaneers. And then tomorrow is Vikings and Rams.
Okay, what's your predictions having like zero knowledge.
Okay, I'm gonna say
for anybody that's listening, like Kyle doesn't really watch a whole lot of football, so he's gonna give a hot take on not a whole lot of background to it.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna just going off the top of my head. I'm gonna say the Bills are gonna win. The Eagles,
Who
and
the Eagles
then
playing?
yeah, Eagles are playing the Packers.
All right.
So yeah, so I think the Bills will beat the Broncos. I think the Eagles will beat the Packers. And then I'm not sure about the Commanders and the Buccaneers because I'll just, I'll give it to the Buccaneers just because I've never rooted for the Commanders. I hate that they changed their name. And I also last rooted for Buccaneers before because they have Brady. So I'll just go with what I know.
Here's what I would actually place. It's not a whole lot of money, but you're right on two. Bills.
Uh-huh.
And what was the second one?
Eagles and Packers.
So Bills, Eagles, and I think the Packers. Those are the three that I would actually probably put money on.
Oh wait, no. Well, so the Packers are facing the Eagles though. Yeah, it's Broncos and Bills, Packers and Eagles,
Bills,
Commanders and Bucks.
Eagles. That's okay. So that's where I straight off. I think I would put Bills, Eagles, Commanders.
Okay, Commanders instead of the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about how either of them are. I mean, I don't know how any of them are doing. Oh, and then we've got tomorrow.
Yeah,
We've got Vikings and Rams.
I've got to be super honest about it. I haven't
That's fair.
I've paid I've watched so when you go on YouTube, it'll give you literally 1 to 2 hours after the NFL will post the highlights of a game.
Mm-hmm.
I normally watch that, so I'll see just every good play or offensive or defensive.
Right.
And so I watch most of the that's where I get all of my all the teams kind of how they play and how they do against certain defenses and whatnot.
I got you. Tomorrow there's Vikings and Rams. I'll just go Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah. They also rock purple.
Dude, let's
also that's my brother-in-law's favorite team. If he's not rooting
if
for
you
the Patriots,
haven't checked out how this man's done, just watch a little bit of Vikings highlights. Look up what's some of the Vikings highlights for this year, and look at what Sam Darnold's done.
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, that guy has tore it up this year.
Oh, is he? Oh, he's the quarterback.
Oh, ready for a danger boop?
He's got ginger beard.
You ready for a danger boop?
Oh, sure. You gonna go mess with Billy?
Yeah. While you're looking that up.
Billy? Oh, he's snoozing. Boop. He's like, mother.
He's like, look at this thing. How does a cat have a paw half the size of my hand? And I ain't got small hands.
He's dude, he's funny too because he was like, he just woke up and then just stretched. He was like, oh, it's just you.
While you're looking up Sam Darnold, I'll be right back.
All right, yeah, let me see what Sam Darnold has done. This man's over here well, I'll be Darnold. You can't tackle me.
I'll be Darnold.
Yeah, I'll be Darnold. You be down the field.
To be fair,
good talk.
All of these so far have been wide open.
Yeah, these were this is his career highlights, I guess. So these are from a long time ago, maybe. Oh, this is gonna be.
Oh, what a catch!
Oh wait, does he play for the Bucks now? No, the Panthers.
No, Vikings.
So, well, this is not chronological order then, I guess.
That was a dot.
Because this is the Viking stuff right here.
Okay.
Oh no, this is what? Oh no, this is him as the Panthers against the
Yeah.
Vikings. So this is old.
Look up
I don't know where his
2024 throws. Yeah, first video would be spot on, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I just You shut your mouth, sir. I don't know what you're even saying, but I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Get out of here. Skedaddle. I'll leave this muted just in case we don't need the commentary.
Should be a highlight on his receivers at this point.
Catch it, Naylor.
No deep safety. Here you have 3 running over the middle.
Ooh. Dude,
Yeah.
he just
dots
dart
it
right through there.
Yeah, dots it in between 3.
Yeah, that was like a missile, right? Wow. Yeah.
Dude, that guy had no idea.
No, I know that guy on the left. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have just reached out and been like, boop.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Again.
Dude, his dots over the middle are very
he
impressive.
did throw it to a giant man. That guy is tall.
Yeah, he's their tight end.
Oh, he's like a Gronk?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, what a grab though.
Yeah, right. That guy had some airtime, dude.
That guy hurt his spine doing that.
He hurt my spine doing that.
Dude, that's one of those. Okay, so haven't played like a basic level football. That's one of those throws that you catch and you expect to be hammered.
Oh, like he's probably just expecting to get speared midair.
Yeah.
like
as soon as you come down, you're expecting to get a shoulder pad to your gut.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Dude, this should be a Minnesota Vikings receiver highlight.
Honestly, I mean, he's making great throws, but if these guys weren't as athletic as they are.
Yeah.
You know who's a guy from the Vikings that I always think of that had crazy highlight reels, and he came back after an injury and was kicking even more ass, weirdly enough, was Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That dude I used to love because he would be running along the sidelines and a dude would be coming from the side and he would just start high stepping to slow down and just like push the back of their helmet and let them go out and then start trucking again. It was like I don't know, he had such good timing. And his stiff arms were something like else too, where he's just like, as he's running, just get out of here. Jesus, dude, he was bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, did you see that guy? Like, oh fuck, where is he?
Yeah, dude, he was like lost track of him. And look, he's waving goodbye to him too. He's like zigzag, zig, zigging and zagging and zig. He's like, oh shit,
Jefferson.
Bye, buddy.
Jefferson's an animal,
dude. Yeah, those guys were zigging when they should have been zagging.
It's just dots.
Gnarly, dude.
You get a dot.
I wish,
you get
man.
a dot.
You get a dot. You get a dot. You get a dot. That's pretty nuts, man. To be
my take. I think Commanders. I think that's the only place that you having minimal. I'll just say minimal knowledge, I guess, because you don't care even pay that much attention, I guess.
Yeah, no, I don't follow it.
I mean, I think you were pretty spot on until like it came to that guess. Like obviously anything can happen, but I just feel like the Commanders are going to take that one.
True.
Bills,
fair.
Eagles, Commanders.
And
then we'll get ready to wait and watch who loses the Super Bowl to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I guess
boring.
Who did it say? Is it No, it's the Chiefs and who is it? The Chiefs and who has the bye week?
Lions?
I don't know. How do I read this?
Yeah, the
Standings.
Lions, I think, are like number 2 seed.
Okay. Oh, this is the 5th. Oh, that was yesterday. Oh, okay. The games aren't. Oh, the final was today. Oh, dude, the Bills did win.
Okay.
I just see the final now. It was 31-7.
Against who?
The Broncos. They rode that horse.
Did you see? Okay, so here's how, and I, understand / respect a little bit of preserving player health, because like anybody that has never played football, when you go into a weekly game, like there is a super high chance that you can get hurt or fucked up in some
You're
way,
basically putting
shape, or
yourself through
form.
like mini car crashes.
The game that they played against the Broncos mattered none, not the least bit. There was no matter to it. They played their second and third string players. So Mahomes, Kelsey, like none of those guys were playing against the Broncos, and the Broncos it was like a 38-0 shutout.
Oh, okay.
And like,
yeah, it's like
I saw like a bunch of like people like kind of blowing it out of proportion. It's like,
well, it's like the preseason
That
game.
game mattered 0 bit to them, and they played their second and third string players. Like,
Well, it's what it's like. It's
and
like
then,
the preseason games. Like, don't hurt your good guys for no reason, right? Yeah.
And then you saw what happened against them and the Bills.
Yeah. They just thrown in the towel, but they still have to play it. Well, so yeah, Packers and Eagles are at 3:30 today, and then at 7, I guess, is the Commanders and Bucks, or at least my time anyway. So and then like
so that's
another
in
like
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 12 minutes. You planning on watching it?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm salty.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But who? Yeah, then who's the other? Who's the other bye?
Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
What is he doing?
He was like trying to get up in one of the shelves.
Causing mischief and mayhem. So the
That's what he
bye
does.
is Lions. It's the Lions and the Chiefs. That's crazy. The Lions got that far. Wow. I'm not used to the Lions being liony. The big old mitt. Like, he's just looking around too. He's like, "What am I doing?"
He's like, I was busy. It reminds me of what's his name? Cyrus from
fucking Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park
Fuck
Boys.
off, lady. I got work to do.
Yeah, fuck off. I got work to do. Safety always off.
He's such a tool. And his like Corvette Stingray. And he was
Yeah.
always blasting something too, like Skid Row or some shit. Billy. He's got pretty eyes.
Bright-eyed bushy tail. Boop.
He's like, motherfucker. He also just doesn't care. Like, after he's like, Fiona's like that, man. Like, I mush on her and she'll just
Dude,
be
it's wild. Like, you know how they talk about animals' hearing is so incredibly good.
Yeah.
Like, for anybody listening, Billy's left ear he had a bacteria growth that turned into a big mass inside of his entire ear canal. And it wasn't scoopable, so they had to do a total ear abrasion. So it basically took almost his whole ear canal out for the bacteria to stop growing.
Jeez.
And so he can only hear out of one ear. And what they say about animals hearing is, like, it's wild. Like, you can so he has like the laser, like the little red laser. he can hear from upstairs. He can hear when I pick that up, and then like little, it's almost like a keychain, but it's just
Yeah,
one.
the little like ball bead thing or something.
Yeah, so he can
I
hear
got.
that
Yeah, I
from
got
upstairs, and he'll run down like knowing that you're gonna do. Yeah,
it.
yeah, basically that. So he can hear that from upstairs, and he'll come running down like you're gonna do the laser with one ear.
Yeah. Well, also the crazy thing about animals is and something that we can take away from them, but it's easier said than done, is they have no sense of self-pity. So like he just like wakes up and is like, "Oh, I can't like that thing doesn't work the way I remember. Huh. I guess I'll have to figure it out now." And then like his other ear just like makes up for it and he just carries the fuck on as best he can, He doesn't like sit there and get depressed over it.
No, not at all.
It's interesting how that works. Like I saw it was a sad video, but I saw a video of like a coyote walking around and it was missing like the top part of its muzzle. So like its nose and its top jaw was gone, but it had scarred over, so it could still breathe through like the holes that were there, and it had its tongue flopping around and just like the bottom jaw. So clearly it was like very limited with what it could scavenge, but you could tell like it had healed over. So the thing like it didn't just happen yesterday, like it had been operating like that for a while.
Yeah, how did it happen though? Was it
Oh, they
like
don't know. I
a
mean, like
infection or?
I think they think it was probably like another animal attack and it somehow like got away.
Yeah, I got infected and just instead of
No, I think they might have thought that like yeah, either got infected and like fell off on its own or actually got like ripped off in a fight, but it still like got away and was able to like heal.
oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
No, it is wild, man. Well,
Just talking about
it's
animal
just
senses is. Can you imagine if you could smell and hear that good?
I don't know if I'd want to. Some of the people I'm around.
Me and the wife were just making a joke earlier of I don't think I can call any of these people out, but a girl that generally like working with doesn't smell very good. Like could leave an entire office and the office would smell bad.
Oh.
And a dude that plays guitar for a band back in the area that I was in hit it on each other, and we were making a joke about what the smell of both of them together would be.
Oh, that would be like old wet dirty mop water and shit. It's like
yeah.
Well, because you know what that makes me think
I'm not
of?
blowing that out of proportion. I mean,
No,
we're
I
talking bad
believe you.
news here.
I believe you, and what it makes me think of is just like imagine a smelly person, but is also always just slightly like oily and greasy, like Randy from Trailer Park Boys. Like, put a shirt on, you greasy bastard. But like that's just them in the bedroom, just greasy and fucking.
I hear about 16 cheeseburger, but I hear no motherfucking heartbeat.
Fucking, still my favorite scene ever in that show is still J-Rock rapping at the strip club that they turned a trailer park. They turned one of the trailers into a strip club, and he's down there rapping, and up on the roof, Randy's trying to like be all sexy for Mr. Leahy. And he's like, "You like that, Mr. Leahy? You like that?" As he's like dancing around, and suddenly the roof just fucking gives out, and he falls right on J-Rock, and J-Rock's just got the mic in his hand, and as he's getting landed on and falling over and whatnot, he just goes, "Ah, it's raining, motherfuckers."
Yo, right, J-Rock? It's raining, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's raining, motherfuckers. Fucking gets me every time.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, it's hilarious. That cracks me up.
He's like Malibu's Most Wanted, but from Canada. J-Rock. And then, oh, dude, what are the dudes' names that he's always like so and so smoke now. It's like,
That's Ricky, right? With the two dum dums.
Yeah, Ricky's always telling them to give him a smoke.
Smokes, let's go.
Is it like Travis and something else? I can't remember.
Corey,
yes.
Corey, and
is it Corey and Travis?
I think so. Yeah,
I'm
you might
gonna
need to
look
check
it
that
up.
out.
I'm checking it right now. Trevor.
Corey and Trevor.
Trevor.
Those morons.
Yeah, dude.
Did they come up with some like elaborate scheme on how they're gonna like steal an ATM machine and then like they fuck it up somehow and they're like, God, smokes, let's go.
Or they'll be telling the camera about it. They'll be like, yeah, we're going to steal this ATM. And they'll be like, but what about, like, are you worried about the tracking unit in it? And they're like, oh, yeah, they do have those, don't they? like, that'll be their reaction. It's just like, oh, I didn't think of that. But it's
they talk about, like, trying to seek so much validity from, like, the boys, you know? Like, like, oh, dude, we got this plan and we're gonna nail it today, dude, and we're gonna get so much like appreciation from the boys.
Yeah, then they're gonna have to let us in on the other stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
like dude. That's such a good show. The movies were great too.
It's wild how far they went, because like, you know, like when you watch the first season, it's like very
it's rough around the edge.
Like Blair Witch kind of rough filming, you know, and then like the first scene was like the funniest out of all of them too.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movies they made too? Yeah,
that's what I was saying. The movies are really funny as well.
They made that one in Europe, and it had what's his face? Skid Row.
Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, Sebastian Bach. They had him in it.
Yep, I remember that. Do you remember?
Crazy.
They
4 hot dogs, Ricky.
Was that the one that's like, who's got your belly? It was like,
no, I think that's the America one. Where's America?
Oh, okay.
Because they go to like Florida to.
Oh, they go to like Nashville or something, don't they?
Yeah, but they go to Florida to check out the space scene, and Ricky's all about, or Bubbles is all about traveling to space and all this stuff. He's like, can't just talk about space weed, Ricky. But they end up in Nashville, and he like records a song or whatever. But the Sebastian Bach one, that shit was super funny, because in the episode they go by this wiener shop, get a bunch of hot dogs, and there's like 6 hot dogs left or whatever after, like Julian and the other guys get hot dogs. He's like, he's like, got 4 hot dogs, Ricky, how many you want? And he goes, I'll take 4. He's like, it's only 4 left.
There's only 4 left.
Guess I'm not getting any.
Oh, that's what it was. Did you ever see SwearNet, the movie?
No.
Okay, so SwearNet is interesting because it's the Trailer Park Boys movie, but it's so bizarre. So it's the Trailer Park Boys, the actual actors as themselves, like portraying a fictionalized version of themselves, hosting a radio show where they're trying to like do their own radio show where it's like, people swear, we should be allowed to swear on the air, blah, blah, blah. And they are like working with the Trailer Park Boys. So like they're playing themselves, but then also, wait a minute, am I mistaking this? Hold on. Oh no, that's what it is. It's like their own thing where they're doing their own thing, but I want to say at some point they end up like, maybe it's later on or something, but they like run into themselves as the Trailer Park Boys. Like they sit down there and it's like them across from themselves, and they're like talking to the Trailer Park Boys about like working with them on whatever they're doing. So it's like a weird like breaking of the fourth wall or whatever kind of thing.
Dude, I feel like we can go on for hours about Canadian comedies, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Like Norm Macdonald, man, one of the greats.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good. Oh yeah. Letterkenny.
It's got cream cheese in it. No. It's cream cheese. No, it's cream cheese. Throws his birthday cupcake. Fuck off, man.
No.
No.
It's
It's tough.
right.
It's a tough life squeezing teats and picking stones, but sure as God's got sandals, he beats fighting dudes with treasure trails.
Hold my spitter. I can't hold your spitter. You're holding my spitter. I'm already holding your spitter.
Yeah, you're right, dude.
It's like, yeah, you're right, dude. Oh, dude. Good, great stuff. But that'll lead us on a whole other tangent, so we probably should try and call it here.
Yeah.
I will say though that I know it's farther away. Huh?
Nice muscle shirt you got there. Biceps coming next week.
Oh, I always think of like Sundays are for picking stones.
Shout out to that
anyway,
dude. He's a mastermind.
Who?
The guy that plays Wayne. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
Jared something. Jared something, but the guy's a mastermind.
Yeah, he is really funny. But anyway, I was gonna say I know it's like far from you, for the most part and whatnot, but try and stay safe out there in that dry landscape with all the calamity. You never know where it might spread to. So
hey, man, it beats hitting chip shots out of soupy fairway. Say that.
Soupy fairway.
Yeah, at least I can skull it and feel decent about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, Arkansas was sometimes swinging in soup.
Yeah,
that is very true. But anyway, yeah, man, just be safe out there. Keep an eye on things. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it better, and also make sure we don't get fooled by flaming Hollywood signs. Apparently,
yeah. You got to be safe as well out there in Texas. So you can go to the store and maybe get shot because somebody gave you a dirty look. So you be safe as well.
Thankfully, it's not that. I have not run into anything that crazy yet. And the pit bull, the discount pit bull was down in Austin anyway. So.
Yeah, somebody's rocking a 357. Last time he gives me a dirty look.
Dale. It's like the most country pit bull ever. Dale, Mr. Worldwide.
You got it,
Oh my God. It's all for the wolf, man. Well, now you're part of this. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. Love it.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun, and well, we should hopefully be having a buddy joining us on the next one. So
yeah,
that'll be nice.
That'll be cool. Look forward to doing that. For anybody that had commented before talking about beard care, that's going to be a special for that. He is a part owner in a beard care product, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, so we're talking about beard, mustache care, all your furry face friends can get some good information from that.
Now both of us don't use like a sole product, but we both used it and it's pretty nice stuff.
Yeah. I do enjoy experimenting just because you never know what else is out there. But like pretty much, by and large, when I find something I like, it's like I always have a supply of that on hand, and then I experiment with other things. That's what I like.
Shout out. Should we say it?
What?
Should we say it?
Oh. You want to...
Shout out Eddie Fletcher and American Beard Bully Company. Your product.
There we go.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, man. Cheers. It's been fun. Make sure you tune in next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
And
hey, leave some comments. First,
yes.
Yeah, the first episode has comments about some good stuff to talk about. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
We'll bring
and
it
don't
up.
Feel sure. Yeah, make sure we put the email in the description too, so if you don't feel like commenting for the world to see, you can always drop us a line in email and tell us whatever you want to tell us that way too. Cool. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again. For Shots N Shanks, we out.
He's the shank.
Hey. Only every time.